Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
Alright everybody, so today's video, as you guys already know, I'm going to be showing you guys my Salamangreat deck that I scrubbed with at the Rosemont, Illinois regionals. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say the deck played out pretty good in my personal opinion. I lost a lot of game 3s, and I went X4 drop. X3s can get their invite to nationals because it's always top 48. 2 of my rounds I pretty much lost due to time. One round in particular, my opponent was up on life points and he won in time. And then in the last round, when I was already X3, I drew with my opponent in time, and that was all she wrote. So, and then the other 2 rounds I lost because I got OTK by BA. And then the other deck I lost to was the mirror match because he just drew the stones, and I made a big misplay which cost me game 2. So with that being said, overall I think the deck performed great. There's a few things I'm gonna go over that's gonna I'm gonna tell you that I didn't like and what I liked and etc. Also, not a sponsored video. I finally got a new deck box. It's the Ultimate Guard. What's that stuff called again? The Ultimate Guard boxes that change color when you touch them. I thought it was a pretty cool concept. I don't really care for the brand that much specifically, but this deck box, you know, changing colors when you touch it. Then they call chroma skins. Really great concept. My homie Q bought a new deck box, and he convinced me to buy a new deck box mystery card. Shout out to the subscriber who gave me this at the weekend. My third Sunlight Wolf, which I will be adding to this deck for a more up-to-date build. But right now I just wanted to show you guys what I played at the regionals. But yeah, man, chroma skin deck box, I like it. Pretty cool. Once again, not a sponsored video. I just like the product a lot. So start off with my deck. It's a 40 card main deck, and I get to my side deck as well. I think my side deck is in oh yeah, it's over here under my extra deck. So 1, 2, 3 gazelles. Obviously you run 3. Everyone who knows the deck, you run 3. It's a staple card, most consistent card in the deck. You got to run 3 gazelle, no exception. I ran it at 3, liked it at 3. I haven't seen anybody run it at 2 or 1, obviously. So 1, 2, 3 Lady Debugs. Now this is controversial amongst the Salad community. I like Lady Debug. It's a consistency card. I do run a transcode talker engine, and with transcode talker, this is a 1 card OTK FTK. So if you rip this on the top deck, you can potentially win, which I like a lot. So 3 Lady Debug. OCG players, they run it at 3. Some people like to run the Buffalo card because they main deck the artifact Scythe engine. If you're running the Scythe engine, you might want to run 3 Flame Buffaloes over this, but in non-artifact variants of the deck, this is just fine. I love it a lot. Very consistent. 3 spinny, of course, no exceptions. I guess you can kind of cut them down to 2 if you want, but hands you open spinny gazelle, you're in a good position. So 3 spinny. Now this is controversial as well. 2 fouls. I like foul because he helps me make the Abyss Dweller turn 1. And Abyss Dweller, this format is huge. A lot of graveyard based decks like Orcus, Thunder Dragons, the mirror match. Overall, this deck can OTK really fast, so making Abyss Dweller turn 1 is really impactful if it can stun the opponent out and then allow you to go, and then you can just win, which is why a lot of people who run Salamangreat built a go second variant, which ironically I played against at the no, I don't think the kid who I played against was running a go second variant. I don't know, but he played Super Poly, kind of screwed me. So yeah, 2 of these I like it at 2. I tried it at 3 at first. I brought it down to 2 because I wanted to do a 40 card deck. And yeah, I don't think I needed a 3. A 3 was bricking. 2 seems to be good. 1 Jack Jaguar. I think everyone agrees 1 Jack Jaguar for the deck, no exceptions. 1 Falco helps reset your plays. And yeah, I just mainly use them to recycle my spell and traps. Typically, that's all you really want them for. Man, I know there's cool plays you can bounce back your gazelles and do the recycling and everything. But most of the time, you just want to use them to reset your stuff. So yeah, 1 Falco, he's really good. Now for the weekend, I did tech out the 1 Mole and 1 Foxer. Foxer, I drew him this weekend, but I only drew him when I didn't need it. Like I opened it up and I used him to combo off, but it didn't really do much for me. Now in the local scene, it helped me out against back row decks of people at my locals play All-Star guys. I do have a chance to play against more Sky Strikers at locals, and it's pretty solid against Sky Strikers. You know, it helps recycle your deck. and it helps do things for you. I mean, ultimately, I don't know how I feel about it. My homie was telling me I should cut it. I like it personally, just to have a searchable MST. The deck because it can hit back, it can hit face down. Yeah, it can hit face down spelling traps. So, you know, ultimately, I like the card. I think running it at 1 ain't gonna hurt. But it's more techie. It's player preference. You can side it. Yeah, but it didn't really do much, honestly. Every deck I played against this weekend was OTK heavily decks, which I didn't need it. So, 1 Foxer. 1 Mole, definitely coming out of the deck. The theory behind Mole was to help me with grind games, but what I found out from throughout the day, every time I had him in the graveyard for the what if chances I might need them, I never needed them because I can OTK and or I got an OTK or beat. So usually his effect to draw 2 to recycle your field never goes off because you always have stuff on your board. I only resolved him once at locals. So he's, like I said, he's cool to have, but he's not needed, which is why I'm taking him out the deck. Now, if a variant, like if stuff in this deck ever get hit, like if a Gazelle ever get hit down to 1 and etc., then you can see me running Mole. But right now, with a deck at full power, you don't need Mole, honestly. He's like overkill in my opinion. 3 Foxy, staple, no exceptions. 2 is too little in my opinion. Some people run 2. I like 3 for consistency, so nothing more to be said about that. Now, this was more of a budget variant. I did run the 3 Effect Veilers and the 3 Ash Blossoms. I got Foil Ash, just didn't want to run them because, I don't know, I probably should have ran them to open up more, but with that being said, 3 and 3 felt good. One thing I noticed from this weekend as well, these are not enough hand traps at all. I legit lost the game against what was that deck? Trick Stars against a kid. He was pretty cool. He actually goes to my locals, but he said he doesn't go out that often because of school and everything. He ran, I think, 8 hand traps, and a lot of people have been running a lot of heavy hand traps this current format. Like I said, locally 6 hand traps are good, but regional YCS you need at least 8. If I was to change anything about this pro deck right now, I definitely would add 3 Ghost Ogres or 3 Diddy Crows, because Diddy Crows would have been a solid choice from this format and for the regionals as well, due to the fact that a lot of people run graveyard based decks. If Biz Dweller is a thing, so why not Diddy Crow? Good budget option. 1 Foolish Burial because it helps the deck out. 1 Fusion of Fire. It won me 1 game of the day. My opponent had a board of what was that? It was a board with one of those Boral Sword dragons. It was hard to kill. I ended up sending this to the graveyard with Gazelle because it says it's always treated as a Salamangreat card. So I sent it with Gazelle, set it with Falco, activated Fusion off his guy, and I just won. So yeah, it was pretty decent. 1 Sanctuary. This is the worst card in the deck, bro. Like, real talk. I open this legit every fucking game, bro. Every game I opened Sanctuary. It was so annoying, bro. So annoying. You think with all the power shuffling I was doing and everything of that nature, I wouldn't open it up? But no. With my luck, I opened this. My one of common Sanctuary every game. So annoying. I did catch a few people looking down when they shuffled my deck, but I shuffled and hard cut my stuff, and I still drew it. So it's like, it was so annoying, man. I guess this is bad luck. It wasn't meant for me to top this event, so whatever, bro. I never draw it at locals, but I draw when I was running at 2, but I'm running at 1. I always open it. 1, 2, 3 Will of the Salamangreats. Now, you think I run 3 of these and 1 of these, I'll always open this right. Wrong. This is honestly one of the best cards in the deck. I love it at 3. So good. Didn't draw it enough. Every time I drew it, it was a kind of a blowout card. It helped me do what it was supposed to do, and that's extend plays, recycle XYZ monsters. I mean, it lets you special summon a monster once per turn out of your graveyard. Like, what's more than that? Like, this card's insane, honestly. I like it a lot. Run it at 3 if you want. You don't have to. I guess you can run it at 1. Because a lot of games I found myself siding it out. Because it's an easy card to side out. Because you really don't need that much explosion once you get the ball rolling. It's just a card to help you against things like Ghost Ogre and Effect Veiler, etc. So I like it overall. Definitely keeping it at 3. Especially for a budget build. 3 circles, obviously. 3 Call by the Graves. You definitely need it at 3. Now, another thing that kind of made my build slightly different, I ran more defense. I like 2 Rage and 2 Roars. Now, 2 Roars is obvious because I want a protection. Sometimes you want to open it up, which is why you run it at 2 instead of 3. But you don't want to have too many of them to break. 2, I found to be the perfect ratio. Now, Roars and Rages, on the other hand, I wanted something to have more protection against things like Vanity's Fiend, Majesty's Fiend. You know, more the decks that like to run through, like Inspect the Border. I mean, at worst, it's a Regeki break. At best, it's a Icarus attack +1. So I like it a lot. I think it's a card, it's a staple in this deck for the time being. You can run it at 1 if you want. I really love that too. It saved my tail in the tournament a lot throughout the day, despite my results. But overall, I think it's a solid list. The main thing I'm taking, I don't like in the main deck, is Mole. And I guess some people could argue I'm running too many wheels. But like I said, I never opened this, so I don't know how it would have played out throughout the week, depending on how I open it. So, 40 card main, loved it a lot. I'm gonna go over the extra deck, 2 Helios. I found myself not playing against a lot of back row heavy decks, so which is why I only ran 2. It saved my butt a lot, so yeah, 2 is definitely needed. I like the 3 Bailings. I'm considering cutting 1 Bailings for a Wolf. Moving forward, I see why people only ran 3 Wolves. I ran 2 Sunlight Wolves. Now, 3 Bailings, I liked it. Let me get to the Sunlight Wolf thing now. Ran 2 Sunlight Wolves. And honestly speaking, I only missed the 3rd one out of the entire day 1 time. No, 2 times. But then again, it didn't really hurt me because both of the times I missed it, I still ended up winning those games. The thing is, like with Sunlight Wolf, he's good. He's one of the best cards in the deck, obviously. The only scary thing about it is your opponent can take him with their Boral Sword. One of them, the Boral Dragons, they take control of it, and then they keep it for a turn. So if you need to make a Sunlight Wolf play to get back like a Rage or something, you can't do it because you don't have your other one in extra egg. That's the only reason I'm gonna convert this over to 3. Now, Bailings on the other hand, I loved it a lot because of the protection. Honestly speaking, it's the same theory. So with that being said, I'm gonna up this back to 3. I'm gonna up this to 3 for sure. Once again, shout out to the subscriber who hooked me up with the 3rd one. That's very awful, man. I mean, very, very awesome, man. Really appreciate that. But yeah, man, 2 Sunlight Wolves, 3 Bailings. Play with the ratios how you want. If you can only get 2, I can honestly say, in my personal opinion, 2 can work, 3 is optimum. But 3 Bailings can work too. I played the Update Jammer Transco Talker combo for the 1 card OTK. 1 hit of the Fire Charmer, broken card. I think since this is a meta where this is the best deck in the format, it's good to run. And then not to mention as well, people do run Ash Blossom, take an Ash Blossom, make it. I like it a lot. So run the 2 more Restalios. I like this because of the Thunder Dragon matchup. Some people consider running it at 1 because they feel like the extra deck is tight, which I get. So, but I like to run 2 just for those games. I need to bounce back more monsters. That 2 definitely helps you against the Thunder Dragon matchup, but you can get away with running 1. But I just would like to run 2 on the safe side. I mean, especially some of the 1 monsters from the deck is huge. 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Baguska. A lot of players been cutting Baguska. I'm telling y'all right now, do not cut Baguska, bro. This saved my ass against Trickstars, bro. Just saved my ass. Like, you guys have no idea. I legit would not have won that game if it wasn't for Baguska. Being able to, like, stun them out for a turn and then come back on my turn and OTK them. Too good, man. Too good. Broken card for decks that like to do stupid stuff. Stunning their opponents for a turn. Like, they both run the same concept. Like, this is for graveyard-based decks that you want to stun. This is for monster-based decks like True Draco or Trickstars that you want to stun. You got to run both, man. In my opinion, you have to run both. No exceptions. Then 1 Violet Chimera because of the fusion. And yeah. Now for my side deck, this probably be the biggest thing I change in my personal opinion. I don't know. I kind of really didn't have a side deck. 2 Twin Twisters. Liked it. Never used them, but it was there because when I did side them, I didn't draw them. 2 Gamma Seals for the Sky Striker matchup. This is something you definitely need because that's one of the best decks that can beat this deck. 1 Red Reboot for Altergeist if I would have ran into it. Yeah, that didn't happen at all. 3 Evenly Matched for Sky Strikers and Thunder Dragons and any deck that I felt could lose the Evenly Matched, so I ran it at 3. 3 Pancratros for, what was that deck? Any beatdown deck. It helped against Trickstars. Actually, this was beastly against Trickstars actually. And I also liked it for True Draco, which I didn't get to play, but I was ready for True Draco. And then, of course, the Artifact Scythe Engine for the mirror match. And any deck that just gets completely stunned out and allows me to win on the following turn. You know, Orcus decks and etc. So, this is my profile for Salamangreat. Like I said, I like the deck, but with the way Yu-Gi-Oh is nowadays, and the fact that I did make a few misplays throughout the day, I think it's really hard to top in a very diverse format, especially when you don't know what's going on. And that's partially on me, but ultimately I think my deck works fine. I think if it was in the hands of a more skilled player for the format, not saying I'm not a skilled player, but for this format, I'm not that great. This deck would have been way better. So yeah, man, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm always open to suggestions, but I think honestly the deck played out perfectly fine. But of course, there's always ways to make things better. So with all that being said, once again, this is InnovationYGO, and I'm signing out, man. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.